On this channel, ladies and gentlemen, the second match between BTK and Avalon. Let me hear the hype one more time.
That's right, the crowd goes wild as we are jumping into game number 2 of the loser bracket finals. Match point for Avalon against BTK.
Now, this is kind of the match that we like Mobazane on. You know, he had that Lancelot last match. It was kind of flashy. He did have the early game advantage, but this time around, he's definitely on something that we've seen quite well. Cold World already being a little bit annoying, making sure that he can kind of get the vision or force the retribution. But on the other hand, BTK, they choose to put the mage onto that XP, getting that level 2, and Promise already kind of doing a little bit of a freeze there.
Yeah, a little bit of a freeze, but this is going to be a little different from what we've seen in game number 1, especially with Mobazane running on this March as paired with Yato on the Valentina. That's pretty much anti-invade. I'm not expecting Avalon to rush in there, but wait a second. A steal, the purple buff going to BTK. That's going to delay the jungle for Tarzan.
Yeah, that pretty much means that BTK should have the early advantage on these neutral objective. The Kaja, once again, with that first skill and the passive, he's able to kind of steal away buffs, you know, with a very, very quick burst. So being able to do that is going to delay Avalon quite a lot.
Yeah, speaking of delays, here goes the battle. That's not a delay at all. Both of them some early aggression, but Chicken. I swear, every single time you watch him play on the roam, he just gets better and better, right? Already taking purple buffs within the first minute of the game.
Yeah, he's walking through with the quantum charge, so definitely whenever he does end up using that auto attack just like this, he steals away a camp and he walks away safely and regains a little bit of HP. The quantum charge has been a spell used by a lot of different people, the junglers, even you can see the Fredrin using it. Marksman is kind of very traditional, everyone uses it, and even the Yuzong now. So the Black Dragon form coming in, he gets that auto attack off, and he's going to be able to run away with a little bit of movement speed.
Now, what we see in the first game, right? We saw Avalon take the first neutral objectives, take the Lord, and also claim the first turret. BTK, they need to have a nice and early start. Was it a fluke? Was it just Mobazane running on the Lancelot, or a bad game in general? But this time around, hey, they have a second chance. Avalon's sitting at match point. They gotta get this victory if they want to move forward. BTK, they're possibly going to rev up. So flicker in, suppression, divine judgment on the demon, forcing him to flicker away. You're going to see the Astral Echo go down, basic with the Nibiru's passion, torn apart memories from ISO, drawing first blood, takes out demon.
Yeah, that's quite a huge first blood. It's kind of like a mirror matchup that they had before early on in the very first series. Avalon was able to grab with that turtle, and you saw Cold Ward, Flicker, and Divine Judgment, one of the heroes. And this time around, it's Chicken hiding in the bush, doing the same exact thing back. So both of these teams are using that Flicker and Divine Judgment off the cooldown.
Yeah, Blade of Heptasis being picked up from ISO. Nice and early invasion on to Tarzan's buff. Some revenge from game 1 against Mobazane. Speaking of Zane, finds Tarzan with the decimation. 2 kills left unanswered in favor for BTK.
Oh man, and we love to see that March's animation every single time he does get that kill with the decimation. He kind of runs like a little ninja with the 2 hands on the back, you know. And honestly, right now, Mobazane, he has the early advantage lead. The items on the board, definitely, you see that Blade of Heptasis already completed with that Brody, so there's definitely going to be kill pressure onto that boss side. Basic has to be careful because Beatrix, it just takes a little bit more time to scale.
Yeah, and ISO already off to a good start. Got his first kill super early, which will give him a slight advantage, especially up against Basic, right? Speaking of gold advantage, a lot of pressure from both sides. Trying to focus on the gold lane. Oh my goodness, the Iron Hook did connect, but Zane with the anti-CC able to get out of it.
Yeah, Zane's definitely sharp in this. He did see the Franco down there too, so it might have just been a little bit of bait. He's looking to kind of close in on the spot side, and there goes the Bloody Hunt. He's going to be able to take that.
Oh, 2 hooks in a row from Cold World, and the Nibiru's passion from Basic. Finds Yato, takes him down. Mid laner falling for BTK. Chicken getting out of there very low.
Wow, that's not a lot of damage coming in from ISO. It kind of just means that, hey, BTK, they have 4 physical damage. They have the Yuzong onto that far side. So definitely Avalon is looking to build a lot of physical resistance early on. So, you know, that torn apart memory, it didn't do so much onto that Cold World. Maybe BTK, they have to look for a different priority target.
A snipe onto Zane. Demon on point alongside Cold World with these Iron Hooks so far. Definitely going to have to watch out for that as this turtle spawns in. Now, last game, we've seen Avalon take all the first neutral objectives, but looks like it's not going to be the same thing twice, right? BTK definitely giving them a challenge. Mobazane picking up that first kill alongside ISO will kind of help them spearhead the way to taking advantage of the early game.
And both of these teams have the suppressions on the board. Cold World with that Bloody Hunt and also Divine Judgment coming out from Chicken, but both of them are on cooldown right now. So I think both teams are going to look to kind of pull the turtle, delay the fights, and making sure that they can get the pick off before they really go for this neutral objective.
Yeah, speaking of objectives, you can see BTK already taking control of the turtle pit, wasting no time. And there it goes. Zane will get that retribution off, which will give BTK an XP advantage for the early phase.
I feel like they're trying to let the Navaria scale for the side of Avalon. They want to make sure the Navaria can clear these waves. They're not really looking to engage so quickly because Navaria, you know, she doesn't have the CC. She doesn't have the early game advantage where she could take a Bloody Hunt just like Valentina or take, you know, any ultimates right there. So the Navaria definitely needs a lot more time to scale in. And right now, Avalon's kind of doing a great job. They're still behind in gold, but at the same time, they're still getting all the farms necessary and protecting that Beatrix on the bot side.
No turrets have fallen so far, but 2 turtles for the Bloodthirsty Kings. They're already leading by 1,200 gold. The invasion onto the orange buff on Mobazane, but hey, he's running the Marches now, so it may not be the same story. Look at the Mortal Coils for the double set on. And speaking of sets, T rushing in with the dive and the Black Dragon onto Tarzan, getting that Shaw Essence will drop down on him as well, but Tarzan able to dash through the wall.
Yeah, that's going to be a Black Dragon form. That's going to be unavailable for the next objective, so that's definitely a win.
My goodness, Iron Hook connecting on a Chicken, Bloody Hunt as well, and basic Nabir's Passion takes him down.
Ooh, are we seeing a little bit of an uprising revolt coming out from Avalon right here? They're definitely coming out with a burst of energy, making sure that they can get onto this set. But ISO
is going to rush in. Torn apart memories on a basic, very low. Now the Iron Hook, the counterplay, the punish, the low HP, and the Praise's Wrath from Tarzan secures the kill.
A lot of misplay, uncharacteristic plays coming out from BTK. It almost feels like they're slightly desperate, trying to make sure that they can make a play here and there. Mobazane, he definitely has to calm down his team, making sure that he can get some sort of advantage, maybe less of a 50-50 fight, trying to secure pickoffs, using that Divine Judgment and Flicker off the cooldown, because right now they definitely have to find the momentum back.
Yeah, and need to find some turrets. Right now, nothing has fallen, so it's still in anybody's favor. Blade of Despair picked up from basic. We'll have a lot of physical damage on the way for the next engagement as the turtle spawns in.
Yeah, but look at Fredrin's position. He's still choosing not to engage on this objective. And very smartly, Tarzan is on the opposite side. The Retribution does get used.
Ooh, the CC forcing the Black Dragon out of T, especially with that Lord being in. And there it goes. Mobazane, yet again, third turtle picked up from BTK. ISO finding basic, takes down the marksman for Avalon. It is currently tied up 3-3 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, once again, Chicken uses that Flicker and Divine Judgment off of the cooldown. He has 3 assists and he's just going to get more. That's the thing about Kaja. Once you have both of those spells, it's almost a guaranteed kill. And look at Demon right here. He's trying to get to the tower.
Yeah, Chicken, though, with the good zoners, the proxy of the lane, opening up the map for the Bloodthirsty Kings as ISO claims the first turret.
Yeah, earlier on, Avalon did end up getting the first tower, so this is going to be good news for BTK, but they still have a long way to go. The momentum on Avalon's side right now is just a little bit too much. Even when they're down, they're looking to invade, and right now they're in a situation where they're actually still down, but I feel like they're still going to try and go very aggressive.
And speaking of aggressive, 1v1 matchup, Promise versus T. T very low, shot assist, but the flicker from Promise draws the kill, but look at ISO wrapping around, corrosion strike onto the minion, needs a torn apart memories, here it goes, down goes Promise. That is a 1-for-1 trade.
It's a 1-for-1 trade. Promise did get that solo kill, but here's the thing. 4 of the members rotated up onto the top side, got all of the assists, and a tower did end up falling. So that's a 1-for-1 in towers, but BTK is still going to be up in gold.
Make that 1-for-2 is another turret falling. That is BTK having the map advantage, right? It's 2-1 so far in terms of turrets. 3 turtles for the Bloodthirsty Kings, but you know what? The mid has still not been touched. That's really what's going to open up the map for both of these sides, and you can already see the teams providing that pressure.
Yeah, both teams are hiding in. This is kind of where Novar is going to start shining. We go into that 9-minute mark. Probably 2 of the items are going to be finished up. The Clock of Destiny, the Flicker play.
From Chicken on a Cold World. Will pulling back with the Divine Judgment. T with the Black Dragon will now drop down. No worries. Yato secures the kill, and T wrapping around, providing that vision.
I just noticed BTK, they have 2 suppressions available, so they could go for 2 different pickoffs. Bloody Hunt coming out from IMU from Yato, and also Chicken with the Divine Judgment. So BTK definitely have a lot of resources to pin down and single out individual targets for ISO to kind of free hits and making sure they can get these objectives.
Speaking of individual targets, turret on the top side, left unchecked, and Promise will take it down. It is now 2-2 in terms of turrets, but now the battle on the Lord Pit on the way. Tarzan, huge Appraiser's Wrath onto the full team of BTK. The Astro Echo in, Furious Dive, the knock-up. Chicken finds basic suppression down onto Chicken from Demon. He's going to go ahead and secure that kill. And now the Lord at about 45% HP. Mobazane, he has the Retribution, but he does not have the numbers. Cold World zoning him out alongside Promise. Makes his way back to the mid lane, and Tarzan in position for Retribution. Zane very low, needs to get out of there. Mortar coils. Promise almost securing the kill. Yato finds Cold World. Promise in the mid lane. T, Yato, ISO, all in position. There goes the Black Dragon. Look at the Lord, 25% HP. T finds Promise. May drop down onto Tarzan, but no! It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a Retribution, and Tarzan swinging in the jungle.
Tarzan did end up getting that Lord, and honestly, even with 2 of the members fallen, Cold World and Promise, they're still able to get that Retribution down. That's going to be good news coming out from Avalon. They're able to get that Lord and that kind of swift the momentum on that first game, and they're continuing to do the same. You see a lot of the, ooh, basic.
Very low, but hey, he's going to be able to get out of there. A very close call. I mean, he's currently sitting at 2-2-1. ISO leading so far in terms of the marksmans with the KDA. Pressure in the mid lane, no. Praises Wrath down. Chicken will be able to get out of there, but has to burn the flicker.
Yeah, that's a defensive flicker being burned by Chicken. That is going to smell bad news for the side of BTK. Chicken needs to have that flicker to be able to get onto that Beatrix or even the Navaria. Navaria's only had 1 death. Tarzan has done so well in this game. BTK has to make sure that they're using these resources offensively.
Yeah, and speaking of offensively, Avalon on the punish with the Lord. Promise will claim another turret on the bottom side. He's just been all over the map, opening it up for Avalon, and now Bleeding Blue.
Yeah, Bleeding Blue, the conceal play does get popped. Avalon looking to push forward even more. They're able to grab up this mid tower, looking to go for that top side, and Avalon grouped up quite well. They're just having the strong lead, and I feel like the Navaria has been doing so much work. He's making sure he can hit onto that backside, and also the Franco. Those iron hooks, man, Weezy, he's definitely been hitting.
And speaking of hitting, Avalon just providing that pressure. Even though they're down in kills, they're leading so far overall, right? They put BTK on the back end, sitting with only their inhibitors and a base crystal. And not only that, it's match point.
Yeah, but ISO, if you take a look at the gold, he does have a 500 gold lead. He's still sitting at a 3-1-2. So BTK, they still have the ability to kind of turn things around, but without the map pressure, that might smell a tough situation. They got to get Chicken onto the priority targets once again, or hey, even group up, go for that Uranus on the bot side, and I think they might sneak and try to do that right now.
Yeah, and now BTK, they just got to play a little bit more passively, but look at their comfortability right there. They're so far into the jungle. Suppression on the Promise to Terrify. Wait a minute! He was able to bait out all of that utility, high IQ play. This is the time for Avalon to punish. Astro Echo in, connecting to 4 members of BTK. There goes Tarzan trying to catch T. The slow, look at the damage from the Navaria, and BTK forced back into the base.
Yeah, BTK definitely has to choose to disengage, but Cold World on the side. He does pop that conceal play, but Avalon kind of looking to see if they could catch a little bit more. The Lord is coming up in 25 seconds, so BTK is still not out of this yet. All the members are full. They're looking to rotate onto that Lord side, but hey, you see that Uranus push? That's why they picked that hero up. He is so annoying. We saw it earlier when they were taking up the neutral objectives. He was pushing onto the top side, and now he's doing the same thing on the bot.
Hey, I like to say pressure bursts pipes, and it also makes diamonds. Right now, Avalon's making some diamonds. Maybe gonna go ahead and cash out on a skin with their performance today. Mobazane, though, trying to still fight it out with BTK. Now, if any team can turn this around, it's definitely the reigning champs.
And honestly, BTK, they have a very team fight oriented composition. They can't really deal with the split pressure coming out from Uranus. They have a Yuzong, and Yuzong has to full send it. And look at the conceal play. Chicken
is going to go in with the Divine Judgment on the Cold World. Make it or break it. Yato very low. Black Dragon from T. Zane at 50% HP. The taunt goes in. Zane trying to front line. Now keep in mind, he is running this Martis, so it can get a little tricky for Avalon, right? As soon as they're low HP, there goes the decimation. The additional damage that Zane is looking for. Astro Echo from afar. And it looks like Avalon has taken control of the Lord Pit.
Avalon's definitely going to be taking control of the Lord Pit here. You can see a lot of the spells being burnt out from both sides, but here's the thing. The Black Dragon form, the cooldown is just way too long. The Divine Judgment is also the same, and the Bloody Hunt coming out from Franco, it's still there.
Yeah, it's definitely still there. Suppression on both sides of the table, but the Lord, Avalon getting what they came for in the lead so far for this game. Match point versus BTK.
Yeah, right here, BTK, they still have to find the priority targets. And right there, Basic and Demon for me are definitely going to be the go-to targets. They're the highest damage dealers in the game, but it's so hard to reach onto that backside when you're going against something like the Uranus, the Franco, the Fredrin. So BTK, they have to be careful. Maybe get Mobazane in the front, tank 1 or 2 ultimates, get the Black Dragon coming in from the side and making sure the Divine Judgment comes in with that flicker, and Chicken has those spells available here.
And the reigning champs, BTK, trying to hold their spots. Avalon on the push, trying to change history and take down the #2 for the NACT fall season, the #1 for the last season. T hovering around with the Black Dragon, Lure crashing into the inhibitor turret for top side. Astro Echo going out from Demon, hitting BTK. Mobazane finds Tarzan. That is one member falling for Avalon for the Iron Hook. The suppression, the Bloody Hunt, and Demon taking down Chicken. 1-for-1 trade.
Man, and Cold World is the new guy that's coming in, so he's definitely making a lot of impact in this series. And right now, they're pushing onto BTK's base. The towers are falling. The Beatrix is just a little bit too much to handle. Basic, definitely on his bread and butter. Push that mid-side tower, looking for the bot side now.
Yeah, Avalon, sharks in the water, smelling blood. BTK bleeding out. The bloodthirsty Kings at that. Trying to hold off, trying to remain with the title as the champions of North America. Avalon giving them the greatest challenge yet.
Yeah, the Wolves' claws are just a little bit too much to handle. The Retribution does come out. Mobazane choosing to back off a little bit. They have to clear this way, but this is the last tower that they have.
Furious Passion going out from Basic. Zane needing to go back and get some regen. They do have the minions synced, but hey, it's a very aggressive push. Speaking of aggression, T looking like Superman out there with the Black Dragon, forcing Avalon out of BTK's base.
Well, BTK right now, they definitely have to kind of wait up. The Lord is going to be spawning in 60 seconds, so just trying to make sure they can get a lane clear on these waves. We're heading into a 16-minute mark, so the gold lead doesn't make too much of a difference. The kills are only 6 to 9 here.
5-man Astro Echo, suppression in with the Iron Hook on a Mobazane, the king of the jungle. Basic Furious Passion from afar. Fried Chicken trying to frontline. Ringo Order goes out. The taunt, though, may be too much to handle, especially with that Fredrin and the Energy Eruption. One inhibitor left standing, and that may not be able to stand for much longer as Basic is going to burst it down. The full base has been open for the Bloodthirsty Kings.
Avalon definitely looking to push forward onto this game. And once again, when the base towers are all completely gone, the opportunity that BTK has are just going to slim down so much more. When the Lord Dance do happen, and I know Avalon loves to do the Lord Dance, they're going to have a lot of trouble. And Avalon, actually, Basic, he loves to do the banana split. He loves to go forward. He loves to go for kind of, the backdoor plays. And, we might be seeing that happen in this game. But BTK, they definitely have a team fight-oriented comp. They still have the ability to come back, especially with the Black Dragon form and the Divine Judgment. But honestly, right now, Avalon, it just seems like the momentum is too much to handle.
Too much to handle. A little NACT slogan out there, my fight, my moment over there. This is definitely BTK's chance to turn this around, right? The Lord has spawned in. They do have a full team. If they lose this objective, Avalon may be able to close this out. There's no more inhibitor standing.
Yeah, there's definitely no more inhibitors standing. As you can see, the one that is clearing the lane is going to be ISO, and that's a lot of damage out of BTK that they don't have for these team fights. So to be putting ISO onto that position, you're going to see the Uranus. He's going to clear the lanes, and they're just going to go for the fights.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, take your seats, buckle up, because there's going to be a lot of turbulence on this flight, as you are seeing BTK trying to hold him off, trying to rush into the Lord as it did get evolved. Here it goes, Basic very low. That's the marksman for Avalon. He needs to get out of there, but Yato will take him down. Huge play for BTK. Everybody fighting it out. ISO finds one, gets Demon. Tarzan very low, furious dive from T on the chase. Tarzan forced out. He does have the Retribution. Chicken not going to let him go. Ringo Order for the slow. BTK has turned this around. They found the marksman. They found the Demon. Both backlines down for Avalon. This will be a chance for them to claim this Lord or close this game out, as Tarzan Immortality has been proc. Chicken Yato, ISO, a diamond formation will be able to burst them out. And look at the Lord, Zayn in position, the king of the jungles, the leader for North America, and the reigning champs are now going to be able to claim this Lord uncontested.
A huge play coming out from T and Fried Chicken right there, able to get onto Basic, and that was a priority target that they need. Basic did end up getting away with the sliver of health with that flicker, but Yato was just too close. He closed that gap, making sure he could get that last hit, and it pushed BTK onto a winning team fight. And now with the Lord marching down, I feel like it's going to be going onto that bot side. They have an advantage to kind of just sink these waves right here. The items on the board, everyone is full build, but I like to see a little bit more immortality. BTK especially, they need a little bit of late game insurance. Maybe we'll see a little quick sell coming out from these people.
That's right, and this is what BTK needed, right? Their backs were against the wall, and hey, they're the reigning champs for a reason, and now they are leading by having this Luminous Lord, right? We're in the late game. This is 20 minutes in. The respawn timers are way too high to really even deal with, and with the Luminous Lord in their favor, they're known to be able to close it out.
Yeah, so BTK definitely, as the regaining champs right here, they are going to try and push. The conceal play does happen to 4-man death ball onto that top side, 5-man, and the Lord is marching down on the far side. So BTK definitely looking to get some real estate here. They grabbed up that top tower, and they're going for that mid.
Hey, I know everybody's at the edge of their seats right now. Me and Yue literally standing up with this anticipation on what's going to happen, right? BTK, if they lose this, Avalon will move forward onto the grand finals. But if they win, we will be going to a game number 3 in the loser bracket finals as BTK pushing through the mid lane.
Yeah, but it's definitely still going to be a close series. They're able to clear onto that mid side, so no towers are going to fall. Additionally, for the side of Avalon, the Lord is coming down. So definitely, BTK, they're looking to grab up that next objective. With this Luminous Lord coming down here, it's definitely going to crash.
So it's going to be a hard one to do. The lanes aren't synced, but the Lord will possibly open up the base. But a huge play to Terrify on the Cold World. You are going to see the Lord go ahead and take down the turret. Mobazane, killing spree activated, finds Core, and the abuse pass from Basic. Astro Echo connects to the full team of BTK. Wait a second. Did Avalon turn this around? They did lose a member, but they're forced BTK out. Appraiser's Wrath. The abuse passion not hitting the mark. BTK now on the run. You are going to see the energy eruption possibly on the way from Tarzan, but now he needs to get out. He's the jungler, right? He has the retribution, but the Lord won't spawn for the next 60 seconds. This is a stalemate, Yue, right? Over 20 minutes, anybody's match.
It's a stalemate indeed, but BTK, once again, they still have all their towers on the inhibitor, but looking to push the mid side.
Yeah, ISO will be able to clear that up. And now leaving Avalon with their inhibitor suppression in on the Tarzan, the Petrify on the dive, Astro Echo in. Tarzan still alive, 25 memories from ISO to change that. Unstoppable, able to take him down. Mobazane though, does full Basic, takes him out. Demon, French Chicken, ISO falls. Promise, getting the kill. T very low, the recall. Yato, they don't know he's in the bush. Yes, they do. Demon flickers away. Yato trying to chase, but Promise on his tail will be able to take him down. Demon secures the kill. T by himself, back at the base. My goodness, Yue, Avalon full sending it, pushing through against the reigning champs of the North American Challenge Tournament fall season. And will they be able to close it out? Black Dragon, last resort. T hovering around, trying to fight it off, trying to maintain that crown. Minions are in play. Avalon, one member to go through. Immortality has been procced. T very low with a truncheon. He bought it. Suppression. Big brain plays, but not enough against Avalon. A full wipeout against BTK. And there it goes. Minions in the mid lane. Avalon full sending it. 4-man team. 1, 2, 3. That is all you did. Able to take down the Bloodthirsty Kings. A clean sweep.
BTK, the reigning champions, did end up falling. Congratulations to Avalon, the hugest upset so far in this grand finals series. The exciting